Welcome back to this week's Real Country File, the winter edition. So already in March we've had more snow than what equated to the rain that we had in February. Driest February we'd had for 30 years, but with all this snow now it's actually a wetter March already. Anyway, this week's episode is sponsored by Senzo Tyres, so anyone that needs any tyres for any of their farm equipment or tractors, check out the link below or their website for all their tyre needs. So thank you very much then for sponsoring it. This week Stephen's visited an organic dairy farm. Angela arrives at Reeseve College just in time to see some lambs born, and we've got the heartwarming story of a guy who sold all his herd and donated the money to charity in memory of his late wife. Anyway, last week I was telling you my favourite tractor was a Fendt 724. Let's see what this guy's favourite tractor is from Devon.
Hello everyone, I'd have to say that this would be my favourite tractor, the Case IH Maxim 5150. It's nimble, it's agile, it's powerful. It can do a variety of tasks on the farm, anything from grass mowing to spraying to trailer hauling, anything. It's a lovely tractor to drive, very comfortable. It's got air seat, it's got air conditioning, it's got power shift gearbox so you can change the gears on the move. Brilliant tractor. Only slight disadvantages with it: it's got no suspension on the axle or on the cab, which is a shame. It's got no 50 kph gearbox, it's got no air trailer brakes, and the lights are a little bit dim and need to be upgraded. Other than that, absolutely brilliant tractor. Would still be the first one I'd walk to in the shed.
Thanks for that, Rob. Is the Case a worthy contender? Let us know in the comments, and also if you've got a video of your favourite tractor, send it in, but you've also got to list one negative thing about it. Anyway, now let's go over to Stephen at an organic dairy farm in Lancashire, and this is part one of it.
So this week on the Real Country File, we've come along to talk organic farming with Gazegill Organics in a particularly scenic part of Lancashire in Rimington. Just a genuinely beautiful, beautiful spot with Ian and Emma. It's been a while since I've seen you. We've had lockdown, we've had eat out to stay out, we've had buildings going up all here. How the heck are you? Let's start with that.
Good. I think the last time we were stood in the shed full of turkeys just before Christmas, weren't we? So they were talking about their impending fate. But yeah, so it's been a few years now, hasn't it?
You've survived, you've thrived, you're moving on.
Yes.
We've done all right, yeah. It's been blooming busy since we've last seen you. We've done a lot.
And it includes a bit of building work, I've seen.
Just a bit. Yeah, just a bit. I think we've give up, Foggy. Go away. Cheeky so-and-so.
You're in his shot.
Yeah,
let's get Foggy in shot.
Bit of lime.
Tell us about Foggy first before we talk about what you're doing.
Yeah, so
we've got here.
A Foggy stock bull. He's been with us in lockdown. We had a bull.
18 months.
They've been on the farm for about 300 days, and we sort of found. Emma said to me, "Why aren't these heifers in calf? They're not bulling. They're still bulling. They're not showing yet. Not breaking into bag." Anyway, we've had him tested, sub-fertile, wasn't he? So,
oh no, bless you.
Yeah, so while everyone else was panic buying toilet rolls in lockdown, we were panic buying a bull.
Right, fair enough.
So we found him in Bacup, just local, from a previous breeder we bought from. And previous bull was a lot more of a gentleman than you, but he's learning. He's only young.
He's only young.
He's only young. Give up.
He's
Playful, and he just don't like Ian.
So tell us about the breed that you've got then, that you have on the farm.
We've got dairy shorthorns. I'm very proud of them. I think they're absolutely stunning, but obviously they like me more than Ian.
and
everyone does.
It's really important, the breed that you have, because of what you do with the milk, isn't it, as well as the beef?
Yeah.
Shorthorns are brilliant converters of mediocre food into milk and meat, and they're a dual breed as well. Although these are dairy shorthorns, they've sort of moved away from the pure dual breed, but great producers, good butter fat, sort of 4.5–5% butter fat. We sell all the milk unpasteurised, straight from the cow, chilled down. A lot of testing involved in that. You had bacteria testing to make sure things like Salmonella, E. coli, O157.
That's let's talk about your part of the world. Even Emma's dairy. This is your kind of. This is you do most of the milking, don't you?
I do. It's my office.
She loves it.
I do genuinely love my cows, but I could do with seeing less of the milking parlour, if I'm honest. So yeah, it's all about cleanliness. So every teat has to be scrubbed. I've alcohol wipes on all the teats. Looking at the milk.
It's a responsibility because we've got people.
It's got to be too clean.
Children drinking it.
Yeah,
and
raw milk.
Yeah. I know the Food Standards Agency recommend that elderly, infirm, and young don't drink raw milk, but it's a personal choice, and we've got people that tell us little Johnny drinks raw milk and his eczema clears up. Well, I've got one lady with a gut health issue that she can't function without it. So it becomes a bit of a choice. But who'd keep pigs, eh?
Pigs, having a good scratch. They're having a good scratch. So there's a lot of health benefits for people.
We're not allowed to claim that.
No, but
without scientific proof.
But
people tell us that things they do better on it, and we've got a lot of people that are lactose intolerant that can drink raw milk.
Okay.
So there's a curly up there. Just
curly. So that's a big part of the business.
So are they.
And I'm going to say the environment. You work hand in hand. You're organic farmers. The pasture to you is.
Soil is everything.
Everything. So absolutely everything. To me, looking after the ground nesting birds is absolutely crucial. It is the backbone of the farm. If those guys have fledged and they've got more runners, there's no hay taken off the meadows until they've flown.
I think I'm right in saying the UK is responsible for 50% of all breeding curlews on the planet.
Okay.
And they're on the red list because of habitat loss and because of problems. That's important, and it's not just about soil health. It's about the things that thrive on that soil, the things that thrive within that soil, the fungus and all the different things that live in there, microorganisms. If we don't look after soil, we're stuffed. I think Leonardo da Vinci said, we know more about the celestial bodies above our head than we know about the soil under our feet, and that still is largely true today. Watching Brian Cox last night, fascinating that our galaxy is going to be swallowed up in 4.8 billion years. But
don't need to worry about that.
No,
we need to worry about the soil.
Let's worry about
give up.
Thanks, Stephen. Now you can see part 2 of that next week. Now, last week I was at Reeve College looking around their engineering department. Well, this week Angela's been there just in time to see something lambing. So over to Angela.
Now, I grew up on a sheep farm near Macclesfield, and so I'm perfectly used to seeing the sights, the smells and the frenetic activity that happens every lambing time. But what we didn't have at home actually though was an audience, and that's what they've got here today at the lambing weekend at Reeve College. A brilliant opportunity to engage with the local public and just to show how new lambs come into the world and the start of the food chain. So let's go and see what they're showcasing here today. I'm here now with Ian, who's been involved in organising today's event. So Ian, I know that people have to book in advance. So how many have you got scheduled over the couple of weekends?
Yeah, so over the 2 weekends, 2,500 people per day will be coming to the event. And the last 2 days, this Saturday and Sunday, a sellout event. And we're already selling. We're nearly sold out for next weekend as well. So
right.
Excellent news.
Gosh, yeah. So over 8,000 in total for the whole event. So how important is it then to get the general public up close to farm animals? Yeah,
I mean this event's been going on for many years at the Reeve, and it's so important to get this big part of the farm, our calendar as a college, and to show people around. To let people see where food's coming from and how it's produced is an essential part of what we do. We train a lot of students over their time, and getting the general public in to look at the lambing and look at the animal welfare and things that we actually do on a day-to-day basis, and how hard farmers work. It's incredibly important.
And just to sort of understand the realities rather than any fake news or things that they might see on the internet that just isn't real.
Absolutely. I mean, we've had five sheep lamb today, and sometimes it doesn't always go how you want it to go. We had one with hypothermia, and there's nothing we can do much towards that. And you get an odd one born dead, and the public actually see that happening as it's happening. Hopefully not too many, but like that. But we've had a good run of lambs this morning. And hopefully, I think there's one lambing now actually, and it's such an important thing for little ones to see that new life coming into the world, and certainly in the spring, it's lovely, a lovely nice part of the year you know, for the farming year.
That's it, and you never know, there might be some budding future farmers.
Absolutely, yeah.
Looking.
I mean, that's an important thing, because I mean, a lot of people, you know, young people will come through, and these are the sort of events that they'll have seen first and foremost before they come into it. It's great.
Yeah. Oh well,
it just sets that little seed of a career in their heads. And that's great.
Absolutely, and a brilliant showcase for the college and its facilities as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So let's hope for a great event overall.
Yes, great. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, thank you.
Right, so Scott and Andrew are students here at the college. So both of you, what course is it that you're actually doing here?
I'm on Ag-Eng, so agricultural engineering. I was on Agri last year, and I decided to go back onto Ag-Eng just to get a bit more experience for like tractor work, etc.
And I'm on level 3 agriculture in my 3rd year, so I've now been at Reese for 3 years.
And can you tell us anything about these sheep here? What sort of breed are they?
So the breed here, these are Highlanders. They're a New Zealand breed. They're a cross between a New Zealand Romney and something else. So they're like a compact breed. There's 410, I think, and then the lambing out percentage this year is 216%.
That lamb you've just seen has come out like that, so that's how it should be.
Yeah.
And then we had one that was legs folded back and head folded back at the same time yesterday, which proved to be a bit difficult, but we managed to get that one out, and that one's alive and healthy.
All these in these pens here lambed last night, so these are all fairly newbies. Got some triplets here. Okay, so we're just in this box here with the heat lamp. And these two little lambs obviously enjoying a bit of warmth here. And then somebody come in and feed these by hand.
Yeah, then they go onto our mechanical milker, they get used to going onto it eventually. So you'll start with the bottles, and then you slowly start weaning them onto that so they know where they can get milk from. So it's making some milk now. So we put dry milk powder in here, in this container at the top, and then we just attach the hose pipe to the bottom, and then in there pretty much, it will mix it up like a big blender, and then it will just dispense it when it needs to.
So they can just come and get the milk whenever they fancy it.
Yeah.
So Ava and her mum and dad have just come to Reese Heath for the lambing day, and Ava, we've just watched a little lamb being born, so what do you think of that? Have you ever seen any sheep giving birth before? Right, okay. Now, we've been sent in a video about a farmer who has sold his pedigree herd of British blue cattle. Emir Wigley established the herd alongside his late wife Evie, but sadly Evie died from ovarian cancer only aged 69, and since then Emir has raised an amazing amount of money for charity. So in her memory he has donated the proceeds of his cattle sale to the Ovarian Cancer Action Trust and to Rabbi.
I'd like to say as well, just of course, we're all acting for charity today, ladies and gentlemen. You can bid in the knowledge that every single last guinea is going back to the charities, ladies and gentlemen, as well for you. Action and Rabbi, and I think the first thing we all need to do is put our hands together and applaud this great man beside us.
Tell me about your reaction to the sale.
Well, I was impressed with the way the cattle looked and how Kevin had prepared them, Stephen I should say, and all the help he put into it, and I was really impressed with the way they sold, and I'm hoping that money will help a lot of people.
Okay. What's next, Emir?
Well, plenty of things in the pipeline. From the main one will be garden openings from July onwards, and it can be in groups. minibuses or carloads.
Yeah.
But it's £5, and all the £5 will go to the charities.
Okay.
And I also make furniture. I'm also into odd jobs, and I'm quite happy to do after dinner speaking. And I shall concentrate on the next book.
Are you going to miss the cattle?
Well, you got to be a realist, don't you? And this day was going to come next year if he didn't come this year.
Yeah. And what would Evie think about today, do you think?
Well, she'd be like Laura, she'd be upset to see the cattle sold. But I'm sure if she'd have been here, she'd have had the same pleasure that I have out of breeding them.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've just completed the Old Stackyard Blues dispersal. We've had an immense crowd of people forward at the market today, with buyers right from the top of Scotland down to the bottom of Cornwall. Grand total of over £81,000 has been raised for two great charities at the Ovarian Cancer Traction and Rabbi. Individual lots, we've had so many sell for such wonderful prices. The best of these being Pendle Cocoa, selling for 5,400 guineas, and various others selling at 5,000 and right throughout the run of the sale. So it's great to see the results that we've had today, and there's so many people, so many friends coming into the market, and we wish everybody the best of luck with their purchases.
Today has been absolutely amazing. With Emma and Laura's support, we've been able to reach more people, to expose them to the values of RABI and the services that we can provide. We are going to be transforming so many lives as a result of the funds raised, and we're going to reach so many more people in the farming community.
Ovarian cancer is, it's not a rare cancer, but it's not one of the most common ones. And, you know, to have a partner or a wife or a daughter or anyone in your family go through that is devastating, and to then sort of go on and do something like this that Mr. Wigley has done is just amazing. To turn grief and sort of personal bereavement into something so positive and that others will benefit from is an amazing thing to do for anybody, and you know, I am full of admiration for him.
Anyway, that's about it for this week now. Thanks again to Asenzo Tyres, the sponsors. Don't forget the link is below this video if you do need anything. If you've made it this far, it'd be great if you could quick like. Let us know in the comments as well what your favourite tractor is, whether you've had any snow or not, and how deep you've had it, because it has been very scattered throughout the country. Some people have had lots, some people have had hardly anything. Anyway, thanks again, and we'll see you next week.